They hammered 4 into the Stockport county goal. Stockport, the side, of course, who recently held Liverpool to a draw in the Milk Cup.
Scott. The first came in the 19th minute, and no one in the Swindon side seemed to want to put it in the net. Eventually, the ball bobbled out to Batty, who swung a foot, and Swindon were 1 up. 9 minutes later, Peter Coyne headed home a Nelson cross, and suddenly Stockport were on the rack, unable to muster anything worthwhile up front. Then Lou MACARI, ever alert for a chance of scoring, gave Swindon a 3-0 lead at the start of the second half. Some pretty poor defensive work allowed him to find the corner of the net. A very happy manager with his second league goal of the season. And 10 minutes later, Alan Mays put the icing on the Swindon cake, picking up a batty pass and scoring his 9th goal of the season. So Swindon enjoyed their first home league win since October the 2nd. And their attacking policy is certainly paying off.
Sure did. Good win there for Swindon. We're now to enjoyed a handsome victory last Saturday, a 4-0 win over Stockport. Well, in a few moments, we'll be talking to MACARI, who's joined us in the studio, about his first 3 months in Football League management.
MACARI had to make a massive transition from playing for First Division Manchester United to 4th Division Swindon Town. In addition, he came cold to management and had to learn the hard way by experimentation. A few Swindon supporters couldn't understand why he kept changing the team. The reason was due to his lack of knowledge of their playing potential. MACARI was overheard to say recently that Division 4 football can be like playing ping pong. The ball is often in the air, hit quickly from one end to the other. He says that attack is the best form of defence. MACARI last weekend said, "We're going for goals." His brave words were answered with a handful and a much-needed home victory.
Well, Lou MACARI, Swindon, middle of the 4th Division table. Are you satisfied with the way things are going?
Well, you're never satisfied, are you? I mean, preferably I'd sooner be at the top, but it can't happen overnight. And I didn't come to Swindon expecting to take a team that was 17th last year right to the top of the 4th Division.
Surprised to hear you say that the game is a bit like ping pong. In other words, the ball is being shot from one end to the other. Was that a surprise to you when you arrived?
No, I'd watched a lot of 4th Division football. Preferably, big players are suited to the 4th Division. Something else that we don't have at the moment. I mean, I think in our team I'm a giant, and I'm only 5'6".
When you came to Swindon, it was suggested that you might be able to attract some big names with you, because obviously you've got many friends in the 1st Division. Are you finding it tough to bring big names down to the 4th Division?
I think if you've got a winning team, anyone will go and play for a winning side. And from a winning side, everything follows, doesn't it? The crowd becomes bigger, therefore the money coming into the club becomes larger, and you're in a position to go and buy players who normally wouldn't consider 4th Division football. And until that starts happening, I think it'd be fair to say that you won't get big name players.
Will you get any players at all?
Well, it's difficult. It's difficult for any club, even the successful ones, to get players nowadays because of the finance. There isn't a lot of money left in football, and it's no different at Swindon. As a matter of fact, Swindon could have been out of football if it hadn't been for Lowndes Lambert, the insurance people.
What about the transition for you as a player? You're used to playing in front of massive crowds in the 1st Division. Suddenly you come out against 3,000 or 4,000 watching at Swindon. What's the problem been for you to adjust yourself to that sort of game?
Oh, the playing side's no problem, because I just want to win, and I don't care if we beat Stockport or Liverpool. It's the personal enjoyment of winning a game of football. The only problem for me is I've been used to 1.5 hours a day, 10:30 in the morning, 12 o'clock finish, being looked after. And now it's different. My day is more or less 24 hours. And if we lose a game, I've got the added responsibility of facing people like yourself who are waiting there with a big chopping block. But it's all enjoyable. It's a new experience, and hopefully I'm learning every week.
Which of the red shirts did you prefer to wear, the one at Swindon or the one at Manchester United?
Well, I've got to say Swindon.
No, but in seriousness, I mean, did you enjoying your football as much?
Yeah, well, I'm a Swindon Town player, and I appreciate the support at Swindon as much as I do the support at Manchester United. I mean, we get 3,000, 4,000. They are loyal people who really shouldn't be there. I mean, considering what Swindon Town have done over the last 2 or 3 years, those people, why they turn up, it's only because they're a good support.
Lou MACARI, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank
and
you.
let's hope those supporters grow for you.
We hope
I'm sure
so.
they will. Well, let's also hope that Swindon have success this coming Saturday when they travel to Rochdale. And the team news from Lou there is that Bailey, Nelson and Mays are all fit after injuries. Loan signing Chris Ramsey, well, he's had to return to Brighton, so at least one new face in the defence is a certainty.